The pick of the match week as the free-scoring league leaders Al Nassr start the new year on the road against their conquerors in the Super Cup in August, Champions League winning Al Ahli. Both missing big names because of AFCON, but there's more than enough talent on view to make this one of the games of the season. Historically, there's nothing in it between these two. In 86 previous matches, both clubs have won 34 times with 18 draws. The anthem will be next. Big game, decent-sized crowd, as you would expect. Al Nassr became the first club in Saudi Pro League history to win 10 matches in a row from the start of a season before being held to a draw by Al Ittifaq in their last game. As for Al Ahli, they're unbeaten at home, starting with 3 draws in a row before winning the last 2. Galeno, the last man to go through there from the home side. Irfan Pilito is the referee. Our officials are from Bosnia and Herzegovina today. Top of the pile as we go into 2026, the yellow and blue of Al Nassr. It's traditionally one of the games of the season, and also traditionally has been one of the most attractive games of the season. Usually, plenty of goals in this fixture. There's someone who's still continuing to score plenty of goals, Cristiano Ronaldo, 957 in his career so far. The road to 1,000 goals is very much on. Ali Madrashi, the captain of Al Ahli today, coming back into the team, having missed the last match, the first game that he's missed all season. The team in the VAR room, by the way, led by a video Hategan. Let's take a look at the lineups. Abdurrahman Al-Sambi plays for the second match in a row in the absence of Edouard Mendy, who's at the Africa Cup of Nations. Mohamed Suleiman comes into the defence with Roger Ibanez suspended, Madrashi as well. Galeno makes only his 4th start of the season in the league. He's missed much of the campaign with a knee injury. Ivan Toney has scored 14 goals this season, including 6 in 9 in the league. As they draw in the energy from the home crowd ahead of kickoff. Al Nassr unchanged. Saudi international Nawaf Al Akidi conceded 2 goals in a game for the first time all season last time out. Abdullah Al Amri continues to fill in for the injured Mohamed Simakan in central defence. Wesley continues to establish himself with a 4th start in a row out wide. And the top 2 scorers in the league, Cristiano Ronaldo and João Felix, with 13 SPL goals each, lead the way up front. Well, it's always quite a moment when the players of Al Ahli gather and receive the energy, the enthusiasm and the desire for a victory from the home crowd. It comes cascading down the stands towards the players. The warmth and encouragement, and now the real action is about to start. Big test for both of these sides to begin 2026. And it is the home side who will get us underway. Al Ahli all in green. Big test of their unbeaten home record. And Al Nassr, despite their fantastic efforts so far this season, know that were they to lose this match and then Al Hilal to win at Damak in a couple of days' time, they could conceivably be knocked off the top of the table. It's quite a title race in prospect in the second half of the campaign.
Well, another wonderful event this evening in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Two teams chasing the top of the league. The RSL League title. Al Ittihad haven't started the season particularly well. Al Nassr, on the other hand, have been absolutely superb. When you come here to Jeddah and you see this stadium, whether it's full of green or yellow and black, full of green this evening for that man's team, the atmosphere is always phenomenal, and no different tonight. And Al Nassr bring a big following with them also.
Yeah, fifth last season, third the year before. Al Ahli finding themselves fourth at the moment, but a couple of wins behind Al Town. Here goes Ivan Toney. Lovely little ball in, and a first save required. Oh, and it was nearly the perfect start. Over the bar, via the crossbar itself, Mateus Gonçalves almost firing Al Ahli into a first-minute lead.
Really good play from Ivan Toney. It would have been checked for offside. See whether he times his run or not. The goalkeeper comes out, makes himself big, but Gonçalves picks up on the rebound. It's a wonderful ball through. Goalkeeper comes out and does superbly well. Makes himself big, makes a really good block. Gonçalves is the one there, just can't produce the finish.
Well, there was a good chance there for Galeno in the opening minute of the match there. Now Al Akidi kept on his toes almost right from the kickoff. All calm in the technical area for Jorge Jesus at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that. Al Akidi sends it on its way. João Felix beaten to it, and Al Ahli very quick out of the blocks in this one.
What is going to be interesting this evening to keep an eye on is the high line that Al Nassr keep. Every time we watch them, we see that high line from Al Amri and Martinez, and they keep pushing up the pitch and pushing up the pitch. But in players like Al Brekan and Ivan Toney, they've got players who can breach that, as we've seen in a very, very early stage of this game, get in behind that Al Nassr defence, and they've got the pace to do so, and that's something that he will have worked on this week.
A good play from Feras Al Brekan, and Galeno in on goal there with that shot, and then Gonçalves rattling the crossbar. Here's João Felix. What a significant addition to the Roshn Saudi League he's been so far this season. Outstanding contribution in front of goal. Seems to have finally found a home where he can really flourish and prosper.
He's been one of the signings, if not the signing of the season so far. Theo Hernandez from Al Hilal will run in close. But you look at João Felix, you look at his age, still only 26 years of age. But you look at his CV, where he's been: Benfica, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea.
Ali Madrashi with a challenge on Saad Al Nassr. Al Nassr on the end of an early tackle in this match, when it was rather the other way round in their last game at a similar stage very early on.
Absolutely was. Al Nassr received that early red card, very, very early red card away at Al Ittihad, which was very quickly, well, not very quickly, it took the officials a while. They went over to the VAR screen, and I thought he was very fortunate to stay on the pitch. It was a challenge that the referee on the field deemed initially a red card. It was overturned, and they eventually kept 11 players on the pitch.
The pressure there on Brozovic from Gonçalves. That's Al Ghanam over on the far side. Brozovic staying deep. Martinez, who hasn't missed a match since arriving from Barcelona. Brozovic with plenty of time in possession here. Here's Wesley. Al Ghanam will take the throw, going out of Hossawi on the far side. Four wins and a draw from 5 matches on the road for Al Nassr. Bit of a chase there for Angelo, and Demiral was with him. Demiral, of course, who normally has Roger Ibanez alongside him. Ibanez suspended today, and Turkish international getting hands-on with Angelo.
Yeah, do well, Angelo, to get round Demiral from that type of range. Very experienced Turkey defender. Obviously spent time with Cristiano Ronaldo at Juventus. You saw the embrace between the two of them in the team handshake. That'll be an interesting battle to keep an eye on. They know each other very well.
They are missing a few, aren't they, today? I mean, obviously we mentioned Mendy and Kessie and Riyad Mahrez, but also Ibanez would be quite a notable miss. I mean, he scored in the win the other day, as well as getting himself sent off. It'd
be a big miss, because what Al Ahly have done, the spine of the team with Mendy, Demiral, Ibanez, Frank Kessie and Ivan Toney, the spine of the team is what the strength has been.
Here's Wesley. Good play from the young Brazilian. Just missing the finishing touch. And he concedes a free kick as well. Good period of the season, though, for Wesley. We've seen Angelo, the other young Brazilian player, very much establish himself as a starting player for Al Nassr this season. And now Wesley getting a few starts in a row. Galeno there denied right at the start of the match, and then Mateus Gonçalves on the follow-up. Good play from Feras Albarracán there.
Really good ball from Albarracán. Great weight on the pass. Unlucky there, Gonçalves just couldn't apply the finish.
A bit lucky there, weren't they, Al Nassr, right at the start of the game?
Well, it's the high line. It's something to keep an eye on through the game. You see now those yellow shirts, as soon as the ball's cleared up the pitch, they get out, they squeeze, they make the pitch very, very narrow. They try and get out and hold a high line. But as I say, that the pace that Al Ahly have, they can hurt them in behind.
Abdullah Al-Amri asking quite a lot of Wesley, who was prepared to chase. And his persistence almost paid off, but Zakaria Hossoui able to bring it clear. That's a lovely looking ball. Toney waits in the middle. Toney's got a chance. Al Ahly have the lead. He doesn't miss opportunities like that. 7 minutes in, and number 17 finds the back of the net. Al Ahly strike first against the leaders. Al Nassr behind.
That's a perfect example of the way that Al Ahly play. They're a team that are quite happy without possession, but on the turnover of possession, they turn defence into attack so quickly. In the blink of an eye, Hossoui wins the possession back, and they're back to front so quickly. The weight of pass, the way he drifts it into Galeno's path with the outside of his left boot. Galeno takes his time, he looks up, and he picks out Ivan Toney. He doesn't even need to look at the goal, knows exactly where it is. It's a lovely finish from Ivan Toney. They had the warning, Al Nassr, and now they've been punished.
Well, they've started the match with great confidence and purpose, Al Ahly, and they've taken the game to Al Nassr wherever possible in the opening minutes.
It was a really good sweeping move down that left-hand side. It was Hossoui, the fullback, it was that started it. He was allowed too much time and space, and the ball into the path of Galeno. Superb ball. And his ball into Ivan Toney matched the quality. And the Englishman had an easy task.
Yeah, 2-0 winners in their last game against Al Fayha, having lost in the league for the first time all season on the 26th of December at Al Fateh by 2-1. That was a bit of an upset, that defeat. But they got back on track pretty sharpish, and they've started extremely well in this one. Second home game in the space of a few days. Now, what's the response? The chase is on, and Kingsley Coman beaten to the ball. Well, we knew this was going to be a test for the leaders, and Al Ahly very much up and about here at the beginning of this one. Marcelo Brozovic for Al Nassr. Back into Martinez. João Felix dropping a little bit deeper. Good combination with Ronaldo. One back, though, by Ziad Al-Johani initially. Free kick for the challenge on the goal scorer.
They've got a wonderful record here at home, but actually it's an even better record when you look the 1-0 win at Al Ittihad. Let's not forget they share this same stadium, so that wasn't really on the road. It was in this same stadium. It might not be full of the Al Ahly fans, but it was in this stadium. So when you look at that, their record here at home, Certainly one that will push them on to better things this season than the 5th place finish that they had last.
Yeah, there was a really good early season draw with Al Hilal as well, a 3-3. That match very early in the campaign.
3-0 down for a long stage in that game, weren't they? I mean, it looked done and finished that game until the 70-odd minute, and they showed the spirit and the character to come back.
Yeah, won the last 2, beating Al Qadisiyah 2-1 and Al Faya 2-0 just the other day. Very good strike rate, Ivan Toney, as you'd expect, during his time in the Kingdom, having moved from the Premier League in England.
A chance here again to see that ball. It wasn't just the weight of the pass, it was the timing of the run and the timing of the pass as well. Galeno on that left-hand side just holds and holds, keeps himself onside.
And here they come again with another opportunity, and a golden opportunity has been wasted. That could so easily and probably should have been 2-0. Ali Madrashi racing into the penalty area, and he can't quite believe he hasn't scored.
Almost a carbon copy. Look at the high line of Al Nassr, breached once again. Left-hand side, ball across. Ivan Toney can't get there this time. The captain, Madrashi, comes in on the far post. The only thing missing from this move is the finish. Should really do better. You can only feel if that was Ivan Toney, it would be 2-0.
Right by Martinez. The leaders are rattled here. Here's Angelo. The good news for Al Nassr, of course, is there's still a long way to go in the match. But don't forget, as well as conceding a goal, Al Nassr have had their crossbar rattled and just seen that shot whistle past the post as well. It could easily be at least a 2-0 deficit. I mean, inside the opening 11 minutes, as it was.
We're very early in the game, aren't we? But I've not seen Al Nassr's defence breached on numerous occasions so easily this season. They've only conceded 7 league goals. A big part of their play this season has been defensive stability. To go with the attacking quality they've got, the defence looks very vulnerable.
They'll miss Simakan, though, won't they? He's out injured at the moment.
Yeah, they'll miss Mohamed Simakan. But Al Amri, he's, to this point, has done a good job deputising alongside Martinez. He's actually a danger in the opposition box as well, Al Amri. Yeah,
Abdullah Al Amri is his 3rd start in a row. Spent last season on loan at Al Ittihad. Made 20 appearances in the league for them, so...
Title winner. Yeah. That could be an interesting one, couldn't it? An interesting stat, whether the same players won a title with 2 different teams in following years.
Marcelo Brozovic is with Saudi Al Nassr. And it's with the Croatian now. The touch from Koeman. Back into Angelo. Too much weight in that ball forward.
Chance now to see the Madrashi missed opportunity. Such a simple move again on the left-hand side. Galeno, he's getting a lot of time and a lot of space. George Jesus, he's a brilliant watch. He's as good a watch as his team are. Watching him in his technical area. He's not happy at the moment. His team are getting exposed defensively.
Abdurrahman Al-Sambi away to the far side, forward off the boot of Hossawi towards Gonçalves. Signed him from Flamengo right in the early portion of the season. Lovely skill from João Felix. Not enough on the ball to pick out Ronaldo. Well, João Felix and his teammates have found themselves very much in a game here so far this evening. He's got 13 league goals in the 11 matches he's played so far this season, João Felix. Some return. Here's Martinez into Al Nassr. Chase now for Koeman. Demiral has gone across. This gets away from Angelo. Free kick awarded for the home side. Much to the frustration of Marcelo Brozovic. Well, both sets of players were complaining at the ref at the same time there.
They're a dangerous team, Al Ahly, when they go a goal up, because they're a team that are quite happy not to have possession. You look at their stats in recent games, They're a team that are happy to suffer without the ball. We saw last season they looked to press high and win the ball up. But with Mateusz Jajsa this season, he's coached the side that they don't always have to be on the front foot. They're a team that will sit deep and they can play on the counter-attack. It's been a big part of their play.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, you know, in recent matches they won 3 of the last 5 in the league, and in the 3 games they've won against Al Fayha, Al Qadisiyah and Al Ittihad, they only averaged 32% possession.
Yeah, and we've seen that in the games. You say that the big games against Al Ittihad and Al Qadisiyah, against the bigger teams, they will allow the opposition possession, pressing high at the moment, but they do sit in a solid defensive shape.
Yeah, perhaps also more to the point, they've taken their big chances, or 5 of 10 big chances in those games, and with someone like Ivan Toney up top, you've got every chance of doing so. Good to see Galeno playing again. He's missed so much of the season with a knee injury, but back for the last few matches and just getting himself fully up to speed once more, which will be bad news for the opponents on any given week. It was a chase for Madrashi. Quite a whirlwind opening quarter of an hour from the home side. 1 goal to show from it, but it might have been more.
It's going to be a test, this, for Al Nassr. We'll speak about how well they've started the season with all the wins and the draw at Al Ittihad. But that Al Ittihad game was the start of a really tough run of games, and other than the Al Ittihad game, which they overcame, Al Nassr, for me, they haven't really played anybody in the top echelons of the league. This tonight starts off a really tough run.
Good play there by Wesley. Skill and pace and strength. Brozovic across to take it. Here's Wesley now. He's keeping Hassawi busy, but maybe just bit off a little more than he could chew on that occasion.
Another opportunity to look at the goal. Perfect move, really well played by Al Ahly. Lovely ball into Ivan Toney, and those are situations that he thrives on. Anything in between the goalpost, defender trying to close him, goalkeeper rushing out, eyes fixed on the ball.
Al Nassr, Al Brikan. Loitering with intent, applying a little bit of pressure. Brozovic. Just looking to send Sultan Al Ghanam on his way. Hassawi tidying up nice and tidily. That was Atangana. Right to the far side. Referee happy to play advantage there. Gonçalves wants it in the middle. Handy interception made by Al Amri. Maybe an opportunity for Al Nassr to venture forward, given away by Ronaldo.
Just trying to work the way into this game, Al Nassr. The early opportunity and the early goal they've conceded. They look rocked. Not really seen them like this, struggling to get any type of possession together.
Al-Jahani. Tony's little touch inside. Gonçalves, lovely play from the Brazilian. Delighting the home crowd. Atangana, the young French midfielder. This is Mohamed Suleiman, who's alongside Demiral in the heart of the defence. In for the suspended Ibanez today, Madrashi. Direct, but effective. And here comes Ivan Toney. Toney for number 2. Buries it. From one end of the field to the other. Pinpoint, direct, and straight into the back of Al-Akidi's net for the second time inside 20 minutes. Ivan Toney at the double.
What a start for the home side. The stadium is erupted with noise and a sea of green. Ball over the top, it's so simple from Al Ahly. You can see the game plan that they've worked on. The defensive line from Al Nassr, once again, it's so high. All Ivan Toney has to do is keep himself inside his own half, and he does it. VAR will check it, but it looks like he's done it to perfection. I mean, there's still a lot to do for Ivan Toney there on the angle. It's a wonderful first touch. It's a great ball over the top. Seemingly times his run to perfection. Martinez can't get back, but it's the pace and power that whips past the goalkeeper, Al-Akidi. You'd question whether the goalkeeper could do better, get something on it. Ivan Toney knows where he is. Inside of his right boot, pace and power in between the goalkeeper's head and arm. It's a superb finish from the Englishman, and what a start for the home side, 2-0 up.
Al Nassr all at sea in the opening 20 minutes of this game. A great afternoon for those in green and white, and a great afternoon for fans of Al Hilal as well up to this point.
There'll be a lot watching this game with an interest, a vivid interest, but it's a perfect game for him, Ivan Toney. The way that this Al Nassr back line stays so high, there's no variation from it. They've played that way all season. They've had such success from it all season, but they haven't played teams with a tactical nous and a tactical way of how flexible they can be, and pace and power that Ivan Toney has got.
What a test here now for Al Nassr, and what an atmosphere. Al-Brekan there, who's no mean forward himself, up alongside Ivan Toney today, making a nuisance of himself.
It's going to be difficult for Al Nassr this evening, very difficult, because Al Ahly are a team that we just spoke about that are quite happy without the ball. They can play in this system now, what Mateusz Jaisler's coached into them. They'll sit deep, and the way that they play in that system, the counter-attack, the way we've seen these 2 goals, this is playing out perfectly for them at the moment.
It's interesting, isn't it? Typical. They've scored 15 goals all season up to now, and then they've scored 2 in 20 minutes in what one would think is arguably the most difficult fixture of the campaign. And a fixture when they've got 3 or 4 of their regular starting 11 unavailable.
Well, 3 really big players, haven't they? Like the spine. Mendy, Kessie, Mahrez, and obviously Ibanez, who's suspended.
Well, this match is rattling along. We're midway through the first half already. And at the moment, it's running away from Al Nassr. Brozovic. Touch from Ronaldo. Flitting around the margins of the game so far. This is Kingsley Coman. Here's Ronaldo. The little exchange doesn't quite reach João Felix. One back by Al-Brekan. Was a tidy turn from Galeno. Al-Ghanam got a toe in there. Ball's out of play. Throw in for the home side. And see Brozovic there in quite an animated discussion with one of his teammates as well.
Yeah, because we get another chance to look at the goal. Ivan Toney, yes, he is inside his own half but he's also just been played onside. It's an incredibly high line, and they're even trying to move up into the opposition's half, Al Nassr. See Toney, it's on an angle, it's a difficult angle. Goalkeeper should really do better.
Well, Al-Akidi is started now 8 league matches in a row. Bento is the Brazilian international goalkeeper. He's got half a dozen caps for Brazil. He was their first choice last season. He's only playing in cup games this year. He's being kept out of the lineup.
I think it was his disappointing performance in Hong Kong, wasn't it, in the Super Cup at the start of the season. We were both there to see it. The goals that Bento conceded cost him his place in the side.
Here's Kingsley Coman. Al Nassr can get on the board. It'll bring them right back into the match. Wesley trying to run away from Galeno. Stuck to his task well. Atangana away to Halsawi, far side. Al-Ghanam winning it back. Brozovic with a touch. Wesley has it now. Seeing plenty of the ball so far in the game. He'll get a free kick as well for the foul by Toney.
That's better from Al Nassr. They need to start winning the ball back higher up the pitch. But saying that, they started slowly on Tuesday away at Al Ettifaq. They took a goal against to really liven them up and get into the game. Started the second half much the better.
Still roughly 3/4 of the match remaining. Brozovic. Into Angelo. Thought about teeing it up. Back out to João Felix, closed down. And the acrobatics from Kingsley Coman. Not quite matching those we saw from Cristiano Ronaldo a few weeks ago. Just before that break in late November, that outstanding bicycle kick in added time in one of their matches.
Closer to the corner flag, that one from Kingsley Coman, I think.
Al Shambi away. Kept a clean sheet in his first match of the season, last time out against Al Fayha. A free kick conceded by Gonçalves. Well, not surprising, there's a bit more of an urgency about Al Nassr now. Coman. Here's Wesley. Challenged by Toney. Ivan Toney has stayed down. Maybe caught on the follow-through from the shot, possibly. Angelo has it. Ivan Toney staying on the ground. Al Ahly down to 10. That was Atangana sliding in superbly to win the ball back. Wesley just checking on Ivan Toney, but he really felt that on the ankle.
He seemed quite concerned, Wesley, whether that's a disguise for a poor challenge. Showing his compassion to the referee, hoping that he's compassionate back to him. It's only be nice to have another look and see whether he does catch Ivan Toney. He looks in some pain down there.
I think he did. I think it was, you know, boot on ankle. We've
seen some yellow cards and some red cards in the last 48 hours. One rescinded, as we said. Al Nassr, his red card was rescinded at Al Ettifaq for a high challenge. Ibanez sent off for a very similar challenge. Looks to be okay though, Ivan Toney.
Well, good to see him back on his feet. Remember, he's on a hat-trick in this match. And we're ready to go once more. What a first half so far. Galeno penalised for that challenge on Al Ghanam.
I don't think he needs to do that, Galeno. He's got the beating of Al Ghanam. We've seen that for the goal and the opportunity that Mazraoui had. Galeno on that left-hand side, he's definitely got the beating. The Al Nassr fullback.
Sent forward by Saad Al Nassr. Launched by Ali Mazraoui. Abdullah Al Amri. Here's Martinez, over 400 appearances in La Liga in his career. Big signing from Barcelona, bags of experience. Here's Al Amri.
See that defensive shape I spoke about, Al Ahly, what they sit in, very difficult to break down. They're quite happy when possession's in front of them.
Yeah, they're certainly sitting back when Brozovic has the ball, and Wesley tries to use a turn of pace, but didn't have enough, and then concedes the free kick. And Galeno proving a defensive help as well as an attacking threat.
There's a lot of frustration down there in yellow shirts at the moment. You can see the body language. Really managed to get anything really started in this game due to this man and his two finishes. It's a superb finish from the striker's point of view. Disappointing on many levels for Al Nassr.
There was some leak there from Albrican, and here comes Toney, challenged by Al-Akidi. Brozovic with the opportunity to clear away from Gonçalves. Now it's with Al Amri trying to pick out Coman. Mazraoui gets a deflection on it. Albrican back to try and help out here. Good play by Kingsley Coman. Sending it back in, Wesley. No save required.
Really good first touch from Wesley. Unfortunately for him, the strike didn't follow it. Good play by Kingsley Coman. That's what he's done all season. He gets past his fullback. Great first touch to set himself. A piece of defending in the end to put him off. This is the goalkeeping from Al-Akidi. He does well there, actually, Nawaf Al-Akidi. He makes a decision, sticks with his decision, and he goes and wins the ball.
He's really coming on, isn't he, Wesley? Still only 20 years of age, second season with the club, having signed from Corinthians in 2024. Brozovic will take. 15 minutes to go to half-time. Here's Ronaldo. Who hasn't had many touches of the ball so far in the game. Martinez. Little bit of space here for Angelo. Coman. Brozovic for square. Galeno got a toe on it. Back out to Abdullah Al Amri. Oh, and the goalkeeper's missed it. Abdullah Al Amri. Al Nassr are back in the game. The goalkeeper caught out. It was a horrible moment for Abdurrahman Al-Sanbi. He should have dealt with it, but somehow it went through his legs.
It's a nightmare moment for Al-Sanbi, the goalkeeper. Al Nassr score with their first shot on target in the game. It's a poorly hit strike from Al Amri. Bounces awkwardly in front of the goalkeeper. Absolutely no excuse for the goalkeeper. He can see it all the way. Poor technique. Tries to scoop the ball, it goes through his legs. Awful goalkeeping error from Abdulrahman Al-Sanbi. But they won't care, Al Nassr and Al Amri. They needed a way back into this game, and they've just been handed one.
Well, what a gift of a goal for the league leaders there. And Al-Sanbi in his second match of the season in the league with Edouard Mendy, the first choice, away with Senegal at the Africa Cup of Nations.
That's one of those that's unexplainable as a goalkeeper, because you'll do that 100 times in training and you'll never ever do that again. He's just taken his eye off the ball, he's taken his focus off the ball, whether he's thinking about his next movement, his next distribution, but that's almost unexplainable and inexplicable as a goalkeeper. It's just one of those that happen and you think, how has that happened? But it's an awful mistake, a lapse in concentration.
Here's Wesley now for Al Nassr, encouraged. Angelo back out to Brozovic, and suddenly the atmosphere inside Al Nassr Stadium has changed a little bit.
There was nothing for Al Nassr. They had nothing in this game. They had 2 shots in the game. None of them were on target. That's their first shot on target. Okay, they were having possession, but we talk about Al Ahly being a team happy without possession. Al Nassr were dominating possession, but had created absolutely nothing. But they've been thrown a lifeline.
Saad Al Nassr sending it across, Atangana away. As far as Wesley sliding it through. Racing in was Saad Al Nassr.
Gets the shot off Al Nassr, catches Demiral on the calf on the way through. Brave piece of defending from Demiral, where it pays not to wear those small shin pads. There's no foul there from Al Nassr, just trying to make connection and get a shot on target.
Well, he won't want to see this too many times, will he?
It's an awful piece of goalkeeping, it really is. I mean, it's a decent enough strike from Al Amri, but it's nothing to ever trouble the goalkeeper. I mean, it probably had just enough pace on it to take it over the goal line. Lapse of concentration, poor technique in all honesty. Because you're taught, as you go to collect the ball, you get a second barrier, what we call a second barrier behind the ball. Because if it doesn't hit your hands, it hits another part of your body. I mean, Al-Sanbi probably just wrongly presumed that was such a simple take for him that he didn't need to. Took his eye off the ball.
Well, player who came through the youth system at the club, born in the city, Al Sambi, on his first couple of caps for Saudi Arabia as well this season. Mateus Gonçalves sends it through. Ferras Albrican! Albrican puts it wide. Well, a two-goal cushion almost restored there.
I think it was his first touch on his unfavoured right foot, Albrican. Could have done with a better first touch. It was a lovely ball over the top. Actually, it's a good piece of defending when you see it back again there. Al Nassr gets himself back and he gets some kind of a touch on the ball, takes it away from Albrican.
Demiral winning that one in the air. Atangana beaten to it by Angelo, collected by Wesley. The two young Brazilians combining in towards João Felix. Ronaldo goes down inside the penalty area. No hint there of a penalty as Atangana heads it away. Mateus Gonçalves challenged by Brozovic, collected by Wesley. Good battle there between the two young Brazilian players. It's going to be Al Ahli's ball.
Starting to open up, isn't it? Al Ahli, we saw them sit deep, but now actually Al Nassr coming out to attack. Al Ahli sense there's something for them on the counter-attack. There's more spaces starting to appear. I think we're set for a cracking game. I don't think we've seen the last of the goals.
No, we're into the last 10 minutes of the first half here. Yeah, Al-Akidi doesn't exactly look dominant, does it, at the other end at the moment?
No, another Saudi international. Obviously got his place at the start of the season in place of Bento. He was also on loan last season, had a decent season last season. An academy product of Al Nassr. Two goalkeepers probably at the start of last season. You wouldn't expect them to be playing a game as the number one.
Ali Madrashi with the throw. Al Jahani has stayed down, holding his face. Al Nassr on the attack here. Demiral comes across. Ronaldo. Marcelo Brozovic. Felix. This is Wesley. Having a run at Albrican, header away by Demiral. Saad Al Nassr sending it in. Could be an opportunity here. Coman trying to put it on a plate there for João Felix, and Mohamed Suleiman was there to clear. Angelo, it's worth a pop from that sort of distance based on what we've seen so far.
You know, you could hear the Al Nassr supporters down beneath us shouting, shoot. When a goalkeeper's lacking in confidence like that, believe me, I've been there. It's not a nice place to be. And the last thing you want is somebody to shoot, especially when something like that's just happened.
That's the goalkeeper's lot, though, isn't it, Paul? It's like when a striker misses a big chance, yes, you know, the crowd complain about it, but the game carries on and it almost gets forgotten, doesn't it? Whereas if it happens to a goalkeeper, it becomes a defining moment in the game.
Well, if the striker misses a chance, he gets another opportunity at some point in the game, or he can run around the field and work hard and try and make up for it. As a goalkeeper, it's very, very difficult unless you get something else to do.
He might have something else to do in a minute here, because Al Nassr have been greatly encouraged by that goal scored by Al Amri, and here comes Wesley finding Brozovic. Plenty of yellow shirts in and around the penalty area here as João Felix sends it right across the face of the goal.
It's a good play from João Felix. It's very, very clever. Makes some intelligent runs, finds the pockets, finds the space. Goalkeeper gets a foot on it that time.
Little deflection there from Al Sambi. He'll feel happier when he gets his gloves on something again, won't he? And makes a decent stop.
But you know where this corner's going. If they
what, right in the goalkeeper's grill?
Yeah, right underneath. You see the pack in the 6-yard box already. Can be whipped in with pace and power.
Atangana's trying to keep tabs on Cristiano Ronaldo. In it comes from João Felix towards the far post, and it's an easy take. Counter could be on here. Gonçalves just checking back to stay on side. Al-Ghanam under pressure from Gonçalves.
Going back to your point, Simon, about a goalkeeper being able to atone for a mistake, it's very difficult. You can't atone for a mistake unless you're given something to do. And the hardest thing in the mentality of a goalkeeper is to not go chasing something to do, to come and try and collect crosses that you shouldn't do, or try and get involved in the game in places where you wouldn't normally do. It's a very, very hard mentality to think, right, okay, that's done, it's finished, I now need to move on.
Ronaldo finds Wesley. Albrakan back again, deep inside his own half. He's putting in a shift, Albrakan, playing up front alongside Ivan Toney, but backing up and doubling up on this near side, helping out Ali Madrashi, his captain.
He's the one that'll do the legwork for us. Albrakan works extremely hard in and around Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney, as we'll see, quite happy to make the forward runs. Defensively, maybe not as strong as offensively, but with Albrakan alongside him, as we're seeing more and more in world football, the two up front is becoming more popular. Both teams tonight playing exactly the same.
Al Nassr sending it in to Angelo. Ronaldo. Al-Amri. In towards Cristiano Ronaldo. He's turning into quite an offensive weapon in this match. Abdullah Al-Amri, the central defender, playing today because once more Mohamed Simakan is missing through injury.
He's been quiet tonight, Cristiano Ronaldo, so far in this game. But that's all he needs. A half chance like that gets himself in between two defenders. It's a good ball from Al-Amri. Just can't direct his header on target. But you do get the feeling these chances will come, as they have done all season.
Every match there's some sort of stat we can give you about Ronaldo, obviously. Here's one. He's scored in each of the last 9 league matches that he's played. So it's quite a run. 13 goals in 11 league matches in total. He usually chips in with a goal. Mateus Gonçalves there has just conceded a bit of a daft free kick.
You look at the stats around Ronaldo, breaking records left, right and centre, both personal and as a team. As you say, the goals that he's got recently and the amount that he's scored in the league, 14 in all, 13 in the league. The 13 in the league's from 74 shots, hence the reason he does score so many goals.
Al-Amri. Terrific first half from him so far. Al-Kanam sending it back in. Here's Angelo. Now João Felix. 2.5 minutes plus added time remaining in the first half. Koeman. Block made by the Brazilian Galeno. Plenty going on inside the penalty area. Bosnian referee just stepping in. Mehmet Demiral is not very happy with Kingsley Coman as Ali Madrashi steps in as well.
There's a surprise. Demiral gets involved, missing his defensive partner in crime tonight. Ibanez still being the leader in there. The dark arts of the penalty box. Him and Ibanez, two of the masters at it.
To be continued. In it comes from Brozovic. And the header's a superb one. And it's Abdullah Al-Amri who wheels away in delight. What a first half he's had. He's only playing because Mohamed Simakan is injured, but what an incredible impact. From 2-0 down, Al Nassr draw level shortly before half-time. Both goals from their number 5.
Is this what potential champions are made of? Coming back from 2-0 down, they were nowhere, they were out of sight, Al Nassr. They get a goal, they get 2 goals. It's a superb delivery from Brozovic, an out-swinging corner. It's absolutely begging to be headed into the back of the net. But Al Amri leaps and he rises. 4 Al Ahly defenders around him. He's the biggest, he's the strongest, and he finds the bottom left-hand corner with a superb header. And Al Nassr from 2 down are back in this contest.
What a match we've got on our hands here, and what a finish that was from Abdullah Al Amri. Fantastic header. And momentum completely changing in this game. It was all Al Ahly earlier on, but then Al Nassr, encouraged by that goalkeeping mistake that brought them back into the game at 2-1, when it really should have been dealt with. And now that towering header for parity at 2-2. What response from the hosts now?
You could just see the confidence and belief that came back into this Al Nassr side after that goal, because before the goal that got them back into the game at 2-1, they offered nothing. They had no shots on target. Yes, possession was good, but actually going forward, they'd created nothing. But the belief after getting back into the game, they've looked a completely different side. That will really please George Jesus, what he's seen.
Yeah, we've got about another 3 minutes of additional time here. That's Atangana chasing. Tony's up there as well, and the man of the moment puts it out of play for a throw. Well, we did say traditionally this does tend to be one of the more entertaining fixtures of the season, as well as one of the bigger games. And so far, it's living up to its billing. It is a fixture. I think it does average at least 3 goals a game.
There's 2 teams with a lot of attacking quality. You only have to look at both team sheets, and both sides are full of goals.
Galeno with the throw. Ronaldo doesn't quite get there. It's cleared away by Wesley. Only as far as Madrashi into Gonçalves. Nowhere to go. Wesley's right on his tail. Well, you hate to say it in terms of Al Sambi, but since that goalkeeping error, everything has changed in this match. Here's Wesley. Everyone looking across and waiting for a flag to go up, but it's not happening. And now away come Al Ahly. Deep in added time at the end of the half. It's Galeno. Ivan Toney's up alongside him. Oh, and it's just gone wide, I think, off the foot of the post. What a chance that was for 3-2.
Almost a carbon copy of the opening goal. It's the fullback Housawi once again with the outside of his left foot into Galeno. It's a carbon copy apart from the finish. Ivan Toney misses by the width of a post. It's a superb move again, quickly from back to front from Al Ahly, and it's almost identical to the way that they got the first goal, and he knows that was a chance.
Oh, he was a fraction away from a hat-trick there, Ivan Toney, right at the end of the first half. End-to-end between these two.
So simple for Al Ahly to pick Al Nassr's defence open.
Al Akidi requiring a little bit of treatment. Hopefully all is well for Al Nassr's goalkeeper, but that would have been quite the moment there if Ivan Toney had have fired Al Ahly back into the lead after the closing portion of the first half, when a 2-0 lead has evaporated.
Goalkeeper here, Al Akidi.
Doesn't look great, does it, for Al Akidi?
I think he's collided with Ivan Toney. I think we were too busy waxing lyrical about the quality of Al Ahly's counter-attack and the pace in which they moved again down the left-hand side.
Well, let's hope that this is more precautionary than anything else, but he got caught there, I think, and maybe a knee to the head inadvertently from Ivan Toney.
I think it was
no intent, and well, you could clearly see that it was a hefty blow there for the goalkeeper Nawaf Al Akidi. Ragad Al Najjar is the substitute goalkeeper. He's already started a couple of matches in the Saudi Pro League this season. Played in a 2-0 win against Al Khaloud and a 5-1 victory against Al Riyadh. But they're taking their time here to treat Nawaf Al-Akidi, make sure that he has the best medical attention and that all precautions are taken. But Ivan Toney so close to a hat-trick there, just skimming the outside of the post. They were sailing along, weren't they, Paul, Al Ahly, until that mistake from the goalkeeper from the shot from Al Amri.
Yeah, and it was a really poor mistake. You don't want to keep going on about it, but that gave Al Nassr something. It gave them a foothold into the game. They hadn't had anything. They had possession, but everything was very comfortable at that stage for Al Ahly. The 4-4-2 system, what they have defensively, they're very well coached, Al Ahly. And as we said before, they're a team that are quite happy to suffer without the ball. Yeah, another opportunity here to see the unfortunate coming together with the goalkeeper. Oh, it's a really nasty one. Really, it's Ivan Toney's left knee. He looks to jump over the goalkeeper and get out the way, but thankfully he's sitting up there with the medical staff around him.
It looks like he knocked him out by the look of things. It's good to see the goalkeeper sitting up now, and let's hope that he's okay. But of course, with such a blow to the head, they need to be extremely careful. Here's the equalising goal from Al Amri, a towering header.
It's a wonderful header, it really is, because he's got so much to do. He's surrounded by Al Ahly defenders. He gets a slight run, but it's mainly a standing jump. He diverts the ball with pace and power into the bottom right-hand corner. There's nothing that Al Sambi and the Al Ahly goal could do about that. And those travelling Al Nassr fans, once again, the title is back on, believe it.
What a 45 minutes for Abdullah Al Amri, with both of the goals for Al Nassr as they've picked themselves up and got back in the game. Nawaf Al-Akidi back on his feet. Presumably has gone through all the necessary medical protocols. One would hope so anyway. And well, Al Nassr is ready to come on if needs be.
It looked like he was coming on, Al Nassr, didn't it? I mean, he's a decent replacement. He's got a reasonable experience at some top clubs without playing any type of football. Al Nassr, when you look at his track record at Al Shabab, didn't play. Al Weda played 10 games, and Al Town between 22 and 23 didn't play. Be a big game for him to come on to. Very brave here for the goalkeeper if he continues, because that is one hefty blow.
Well, it's just good to see that he's okay and back on his feet, but we thought that he was going to be forced to leave the field after that bang on the head. But now Al-Akidi continues in goal for Al Nassr for the very little amount of time that remains in this first half. Cleared away by Martinez. Forward pass from Al-Barikan, the header down from Al-Jahani into Gonçalves, got away from Atangana, the pass not quite accurate enough. Al-Ghanam. Gonçalves has done really well there to win it back. Galeno trying to venture forward, and the referee awarding the free kick. Galeno writhing in agony on the turf.
Looked a decent challenge to me at first glance. Brozovic, I think it is. Al Amri, he gets past Al Amri, Brozovic comes in. They both get a piece of him. Get a bit of the ball as well. I mean, he's made a lot of that, Galeno. I don't think that was too bad a challenge.
So Galeno is going to be fine. And this first half, which was meant to have 4 additional minutes, has had rather more. And maybe there's time for one last opportunity here. Magnificent arena, holding just over 62,000. Went full. Al Ahly then looking to finish the first half on the front foot, and well, no surprise that the referee blew the whistle there. That's Saad Al Nassr on the ground. Demiral in the thick of it. Take 2. The referee doesn't know quite where to look at the moment.
Probably straight at Demiral would be a good idea.
Mateus Gonçalves with this free kick, and it goes towards Tony, and Al-Akidi scrambling after it. That'll do it for the first half. On the whistle of the referee from Bosnia, and what a first half it has been. Ivan Toney with 2 goals for Al Ahly to put them 2 up inside 20 minutes, and then Abdullah Al Amri with 2 for Al Nassr to bring them right back to parity and set us up beautifully for the second half. At half-time in Jeddah, it's Al Ahly 2, Al Nassr 2. Welcome back to our live coverage from Jeddah. Abdullah Al Amri there. Well, the most unlikely player on the field, I would imagine, to be on a hat-trick at this point with half of the match remaining, the central defender. In really because Mohamed Simakan is currently out through injuries, getting a nice little run of games and clearly making the most of it. No goal-scoring opportunities for Cristiano Ronaldo so far, and those players from Al Ahly there listening to Mary Demiral at the moment. What a start to the match for them. 2 up inside 20 minutes, 2 goals from Ivan Toney, but Al Nassr roaring right back into the match.
Really good from Al Nassr. Like we say, they didn't really have a sniff before that goalkeeping error from Al Sambi. It was a really poor effort from the goalkeeper that allowed Al Nassr back into the game. But sometimes, you know, we have these conversations when your name's on a trophy. Little bits of luck like that, maybe, just go your way. And there's a belief around Al Nassr and inside their stadium this season that this season could be their season after a long wait.
Well, the first goal for Al Amri, a shot which went through the keeper's legs, the second a towering header. Now off Al Bouchal is going to come on. We've got a couple of changes coming up for Al Nassr at the start of the second half. Jorge Jesus still hasn't quite finished his tactical instruction. I'm wondering whether Nawaf Al Bouchal might come on for Saad Al Nassr. Al Bouchal and Ayman Yahya as well is about to come on.
Can't be happy with his fullbacks, Jorge Jesus. You would think that we don't know yet, we're waiting for confirmation. You would think that the number 2 is going to go up.
So
96, it's Al Nassr that's gone off.
So Saad Al Nassr is off, so Al Bouchal will go to left back. We've seen him play there. And 2 changes then, right at the start of the second half, with Ayman Yahya on as well. Header away by Al Amri and sent forward by Ayman Yahya. So Al Bouchal at right back and Ayman Yahya at left back in the second half. Forward it goes to Ronaldo. Here's João Felix. Keeper thought about coming, changed his mind, and Al Ahly under real pressure here in the opening seconds of the second half. So a little reminder, Sultan Al Ghanam is the other player to go off at half-time, as it's played right across the face of the goal by Housawi, collected by Al Brekan. Here's Mateus Gonçalves sliding it through. Atangana with the shot. It's going to be Al Nassr's ball. A lively opening minute to the second period.
Two interesting changes there from Jorge Jesus. He swapped and changed his fullbacks as we get another opportunity here to look at the Al Nassr early chance. João Felix very unselfishly looks to pull it back for Cristiano Ronaldo. Can't quite deliver the ball into his path. But yeah, like-for-like substitutions from Jorge Jesus. No formation change, no structural change. But Yaya comes on for Al Nassr at left-back. And Al Bouchal has come on, he's playing on this near side on the right-hand side. Clearly not happy with what he's seen from his fullbacks in the first 45 minutes.
Koeman trying to put some pressure on Ali Madrashi. This side almost took the lead right on the stroke of half-time again. Ivan Toney hitting the outside of the post, but things were going so well for the first half an hour of the game, and then it all rather unravelled for Al Ahly in a 15-minute spell leading up towards half-time.
Well, he feels Jorge Jesus that the problem lied in the wide areas, and you can see where Galeno got in for that first goal. Almost again what you talk about the chance for Ivan Toney, it was almost a carbon copy, wasn't it? Both fullbacks had pushed far too far on, been exposed. Yes, it was the high line, but actually the space was in the fullback areas. And Jorge Jesus is not one to suffer fools gladly. We've seen two big changes at half-time.
Yeah, very quick and decisive action. Interesting to note that Nawaf Al-Akidi is still out there, but stripped and ready to go if required. Raghid Al Najjar
came out of the tunnel, Al Najjar, at half-time, didn't he, with all his hands strapped, kit on. He looked like he was about to come onto the field to play. Obviously keeping a close eye on Al-Akidi.
Here comes Koeman. He's keeping Madrashi busy here. Ronaldo, nicely done. Into Angelo. Koeman. Ronaldo thought about it. Atangana closed the door. Angelo. Wesley's loitering, waiting to make a run into the far post area. João Felix with a crack. Not close to causing a problem on this occasion. Hasn't had much by way of goal-scoring opportunity today, João Felix, and neither Cristiano Ronaldo. Reminder, both of them the joint top scorers in the whole of the league going into this latest round of matches, 13 each in the league. Unchanged, by the way, today, Al Nassr for this one. Still missing Simakan at the back and Sadio Mane, who's away on AFCON duty. And João Felix almost stealing in ahead of Al Sanbi.
Leave big spaces. I like it when they play out from the back like that. If the ball does go long and they lose it, big pockets, big holes for the Al Nassr players to capitalise on. Imperative that they try and keep hold of possession in those areas.
Al-Brakan, I think, is the player who's down. Well, this will be why.
Gets caught, doesn't he? Yeah, he's just come on. Al-Brakan trying to shield the ball, trying to hold up possession. Puts his body across Yaya. Ayman Yaya just come onto the field to play.
Tangana. Toney. Salvers will get there first. He's given a little nudge over the touchline by Wesley. Brozovic does a lot of tidying up there just in front of the back line. Martinez calmly picking out Ronaldo. Quite sure what was going on there with Ali Madrashi. Cut out by Housawi. Galeno keen to get on with it. Lovely little flick there from Tony. Al-Jahani. Here's Al-Brikan. Galeno's up there. Al-Jahani on the right. Tony as ever through the middle. Galeno now. And Al Nassr backtracking rapidly. Gonçalves almost catching out Al-Akidi at the near post.
Another example of the counter-attack, the style of play that Al Ahly have got. Really good, swift forward movement. And within 2 passes, they're into the Al Nassr box. Swift counter-attack. Goalkeeper does well, holds his position at the near post. Needed saving.
First corner of the second half for Al Ahly. Galeno to take. Pressure on Al-Akidi. Lash back towards the goal by Mateus Gonçalves. Back in from Galeno once more. Wide off the head of Mohamed Suleiman.
That's a chance, and he knows it. He's got his head in his hands. Free header, 6 yards from goal. Should at least hit the target from there.
He does know. You could hear his anguished cry and disappointment that he hadn't been able to make more of it. So in real time, at this match level, Al Nassr will be up onto 32 points in the lead. Al Hilal not playing for 48 hours, 3 points behind them. Free kick.
Clumsy challenge from Martinez. Leads with his left leg, his favoured left foot. He's experienced enough to just hold his ground in those type of situations.
A painful one there for Ali Madrashi. Opportunity here from the set play. Quite animated, some of those Al Nassr players with each other, Ronaldo and now Afal Bouchal and Martinez.
No, nothing wrong with that, holding your teammates accountable in the right way. As many discussions as you want on the field of play, it's finished once you go off. Everybody wants to win and everybody's fighting for the same cause. It's good to see.
All hands on deck here for Al Nassr. Gonçalves with this free kick. Back across from Tony and headed in! Merih Demiral! Al Ahly back in front. And Merih Demiral leaps to give them the lead.
This game is the gift that keeps on giving. It's a superb free kick on the left-hand side from Galeno. Whipped into the far post, and you cannot underestimate the quality of that touch from Ivan Toney. The ball's got pace, the ball's got power on it. He takes it all out with the outside of his right boot, lifts it back into the 6-yard box, and Demiral is there to power home the third.
Well, he's the man for the big occasion. It's his second goal of the season. His other one came in the 3-3 draw with Al Hilal earlier in the season. And he's got a big goal there. Al Nassr trail once more.
What a touch by Ivan Toney at the far post. That free kick had real pace and power on it, but to have the deft touch that Ivan Toney did with the outside of his right boot to just lift it back into the 6-yard box. Brilliant touch from Ivan Toney.
Demiral, 3-2. His name echoing around the stadium. Wesley. Al Nassr back to square one.
All the attacking players we've got on the pitch and 3 central defenders have scored 3 of the 5.
Oh, and here comes Al Bouchal. It's Mohamed Suleiman. Swiftly across.
Overstretching Al Bouchal. Does catch him. Above the boot.
A bit painful, actually, for Suleiman, but treatment arriving.
Now the questions again of Al Nassr. They found a way back into this game when they were 2-0 down. They're going to have to dig deep again. Watch the wonderful quality of the free kick, but that touch there from Ivan Toney. You see the part of the foot that he used, the outside of his right boot, just to lift it back into an area. He's not looking for Demiral, he's just looking to ease the ball, tempt the ball back across the 6-yard box. Demiral, free header, does well to direct it away from defender and goalkeeper on the line. But that touch there is what makes it. Great header from behind him as well.
So, having conceded only 7 goals so far this season, 7 goals in 11 matches going into today, they did concede twice in their last game against Al Ettifaq, and now they've conceded 3 more today.
And it's obviously a concern for George Jesus, the way that they defended in the first half. He replaced both of his full-backs at half-time. Obviously that's a set play, not in the full-back area. But he made those changes at half-time, and defensively, in the last 2 games, they have creaked.
So Suleiman's back on the field, he's okay. And Abdurrahman Al-Sanbi will take this free kick. Yellow card for Nawaf Al Bouchal. Galeno. Al Ahly goes searching for more. Gonçalves. I get the feeling Nawaf Al Bouchal was too impressed with that, do you?
I feel he was being taunted there by Gonçalves.
Galeno's happy to take his time.
It's a nice little
handy
contraption.
little ball towel there.
A nice little ball towel, like a little golf contraption, that, isn't it? Not seen one of those before.
Good distance on that throw as well. Abdullah Al-Amri got the ball away for the first time, and then Galeno not quite kept in play on the far side. Half an hour to go, just over. That's a long time when you're playing a team like Al Nassr. Al Nassr with work to do. If it stays like this and Al Hilal win on Sunday, they will go top. In from Wesley, away by Atangana. Collected by Brozovic. Now with Ayman Yahya. Brozovic. 30 minutes remaining. Angelo. The home players backing each other up well there. Even Ivan Toney was inside his own penalty area helping out defensively. Gonçalves hoping for a free kick. Abdullah Al-Amri has it away from Atangana into Coman. Good challenge, Ali Madrashi, who then goes in with Ayman Yahya, and there's going to be a free kick for the home side, and Madrashi pops back up onto his feet.
Well, this home crowd don't need much encouragement, but they're really enjoying what they're seeing from the Al Ahly players.
Ayman Yahya has gone into the book.
No surprise. I think it's a booking in itself, that challenge, but it's an accumulation. He's been late on 2 or 3 challenges since he's come onto the field at half-time. And Al Ronaldo questioning the referee there. Maybe the referee just explaining that wasn't his first offence.
Another change coming shortly for Al Nassr. Here's Ivan Toney. Sowi into Gonçalves. Collected initially by Wesley, sent forward now. Bit of space here for João Felix. Felix in towards Ronaldo. Here's an opportunity that suddenly dissipates.
Well, there's a collector's item.
Well, he was in a fantastic position there, Ronaldo.
There is a rare collector's item.
Here comes Galeno. It's end-to-end. It's absolutely breathless, and it's a corner. Big miss, that.
His first touch has let him down for the first time in probably about 25 years. It was a wonderful ball from João Felix into Cristiano Ronaldo. He'd taken up a superb position. Very, very unlike the Portuguese talisman. His touch lets him down. He's allowed one in his career.
I was going to say, you let him off once in 25 years. But we're back at the other end of the field. And the referee's clearly not quite ready for the corner to be taken. Still plenty of wrestling for the referee to keep his beady eye on as Galeno sends it in and goes for goal. It'll be a goal kick. Al Nassr getting ready to make another change. Abdullah Al-Khaibari is going to come on shortly. In fact, the referee wants that to happen now. So the ball is going to have to find its way back to the goalkeeper. Al-Khaibari is going to come on to replace Wesley for what remains. Al-Khaibari, he'll stiffen up the midfield a bit, won't he?
Yeah, quite often comes on at this stage of the game, but normally when George Jesus and Al Nassr are trying to see out the game, maybe a slight formation shift in the making here. Wesley not too pleased about having to leave the field of play. He's an attacking threat. The shift may be Angelo, maybe go out wide. Khaibari will sit in the centre of midfield. The instructions are coming on now. We'll wait and see how they line up now, Al Nassr.
Yeah, you'd think he'd be in the middle with Brozovic, wouldn't you?
Immediately goes high up the field though, alongside Brozovic. There he is on the ball.
Being hurried and hassled and harassed here, the leaders. Are they going to lose for the first time in the league this season? Plenty of time for them to come back in the match, but good play by Al-Johani, collected though by Brozovic. The bounce was a kind one for Gonçalves. Thought the referee was going to give a free kick then, put the whistle to his mouth. He will give a free kick this time.
That is the case with the Al Nassr substitution. Angelo's come down to this near side on the right-hand side. And with Al-Khaibari coming on, it just gives Marcelo Brozovic licence to go a little bit further forward when they're in possession.
Well, it's a great stadium, and it's an even better one when the crowd are in full voice. Just over 25 minutes to go. It's Mateus Gonçalves, the 20-year-old Brazilian under-20 international, who takes this one. Back out to Ali Madrashi. Goal kick. Well, Ahli, of all the teams in the top half of the table, went into this round of fixtures having scored the fewest number of goals, just 15 from the 11 matches played before today, but suddenly burst into attacking life in this one. Free kick for Al Nassr, not from there though. It was literally about 20 yards away from where the challenge took place.
Yeah, Tangana is overzealous in the challenge on Brozovic. Brozovic is going to have to get his foot on the ball, make something happen. Al Nassr found a way back into the game in the first half, but they need something now, and they look to players like Brozovic. Al-Khaibari will sit in front of the defensive line, what's left. and allow the attacking players, Kingsley Coman, who's been quiet tonight, and both João Felix and Cristiano Ronaldo have both been quiet. Goals from other sources, which is unusual for the Al Nassr side.
Worth noting as well, spoken a lot about the fact that Al Nassr are unbeaten so far this season in the league. Al Hilal haven't lost a match either.
Well, any of the season they would be top, would be clear, but it's Al Nassr that set the pace with the incredible start that they've had to the season. But as I said in the start of the first half, they've got a really tough set of fixtures. Last time out Tuesday against Ettifaq, and they managed to draw this game tonight away at Al Ahli. Then they've got Al Qadsiya to go to their stadium, and then they're away at Al Hilal for very tough fixtures. Will test their credentials as potential champions.
Gonçalves losing out in midfield. Here comes Angelo. Still going. Challenge there from Hossawi, backed up by Mateus Gonçalves. Wanted a free kick. Referee has given it. I thought the referee hadn't blown initially at first, but
It was the assistant down on this near side that put his flag up and told the referee it was a foul. A dangerous challenge that by Hossawi in those type of areas.
he could easily have given a penalty away there.
Had to time it perfectly.
Yeah, next up, by the way, for Al Ahli, a trip to face Al Ukhdud, and then they're at home to Al Taun on the 15th. So the next home match is another big one as well. It'll be quite the test for Jaisla's team once more. Here's Tony holding off Brozovic and Angelo. Maybe a chance to break now with Atangana. Al-Brekan is in the middle. Angelo diving in. Cleared away. Al-Khaibari gets it to Al-Bushal. Free kick conceded by Al-Brekan.
They've been caught so many times tonight, Al Nassr, with that high defensive line, yet they stick with it. They were almost on the halfway line when they got breached then, once again.
Yeah, for people who don't watch the Saudi Pro League all the time, I mean, is this a new thing under Jorge Jesus? Is this something they've been doing all season? Have they been getting away with it more, or is it just not quite working today?
But he played in a similar way with Al Hilal, but not necessarily had the players with the pace that he's got at Al Nassr. And it really is an unusually high line when they've got the pace of Simakan alongside, whether much Martinez or Al Amri. They have got away with it, but like we said, that they've not really been tested this season. They've been on this incredible run, but actually when they played, okay, they beat Al Ittihad earlier on in the season, but now this run of fixtures that we're talking about, we're playing against teams that are of a similar level and are tactically able to maybe combat Al Nassr's high line. We saw Ivan Toney get the 2 goals and then have 2 more opportunities through the same avenue in the first half.
This is Kingsley Coman. Support over on the far side provided by Ayman Yaya. Can't get it past Atangana. Have another opportunity here. More joy for him this time, but it's a little on the long side. "20 minutes to go. And at the moment, Jorge Jesus and his team staring at a first league defeat of the season. Here's João Felix. Soft free kick there conceded by Al-Jahani.
George Jesus down beneath us. He almost wants to take the free kick, the manager. The technical areas with the managers now. Him and Inzaghi, they're going to be a fantastic watch. Technical areas about 15 yards to George Jesus' left-hand side. Instructing his players how to take the free kick from the touchline. Lives and breathes every minute, even in his 71 years. Such a passionate manager.
And it comes from Angelo. And Sanbi getting his fists on it. Manyaya sending it back in. Al Amri up inside the penalty area. Al Bouchal, João Felix, Al Amri cleared away by Tony. This is Kingsley Coman. Powerful header from Demiral. Al Bouchal. Angelo has a little look and tries to find João Felix.
Phil is a manager with a point to prove. Very harshly done too. He feels the way that he left Al Hilal after such a successful spell in charge.
2 seasons ago they had that unbeaten season, didn't they? It was incredible.
And you look at the way they started last season as well. I think it was just the fact the way that they tailed off and ended up with nothing at the end of last season. Inevitably cost him his job, but then to pick up such a huge job like the Al Nassr job just seemed a good fit at the right time. Al Nassr and Jorge Jesus. This is the first time this season questions have been asked of them.
Certainly having a good share of the play as this match wears on. João Felix looking for Coman, away by Madrashi. This is Ayman Yahya. Brozovic. Felix finds Angelo. Bouchal is there in support if needed. Ronaldo thought about it. Al Sanbi there. Coman. Is Ronaldo with a little touch, trying to tee up Coman. Ayman Yahya sends it in, Suleiman away. Ivan Toney chases, and he's got it. Mateus Gonçalves is up there with him. Ivan Toney into Valentin Atangana. Atangana across, and a very important gather there by Al Akidi.
And that's always the threat that Al Ahly have got. Al Nassr will now dominate possession between now and the final whistle, but that counter-attacking style will suit the home team.
Mohamed Suleiman there had gone racing up to the other end of the field, then charging back. Angelo almost in. And Abdurrahman Al Sanbi relieved to have it in his gloves.
At the second attempt.
Oh, he's picked up a bit of a problem here. A groin injury, perhaps?
He went down pretty sharp as the goalkeeper. See goalkeepers going down, don't we, to allow the manager time to get messages on. As we know, the only player that can't leave the field to play with an injury. Maybe just to break up the play, waste a little bit of time. Or maybe we're doing him an injustice. Maybe he has got a slight problem in the inside of his right thigh.
So change coming shortly. Salih Abu Al-Shamat is going to come on to replace, I think, Mateus Gonçalves. Well, it did look like a painful moment, didn't it, on reflection?
Demiral putting his head probably where he didn't want to. Neither did the goalkeeper. Dead leg on the inside of his thigh. Chance for both managers now to get final messages onto the pitch. Al Ahly, you would think, from Jorge Jesus's, Matthias Geisler's point of view, it's very much containment. Keep what we've got, playing the style that we play, sit deep, and we have the pace on the counter-attack if the opportunity arises, but it's not a game that they need to chase the fourth goal. Al Nassr, they need to find an answer yet again.
Well, painful whack there for the goalkeeper. But back into the match with less than 15 minutes remaining of the 90. Saleh Abu Al Shamat is going to come on to replace Mateus Gonçalves. The young Brazilian midfielder. He's been lively.
Provided a wonderful delivery from the free kick, in which Demiral got the third goal. And Lively's got great delivery from set plays. Still only 20 years of age, another example of the fine recruitment, especially the scouting network which is used across South America, the Brazilian under-20. Been very good signing for them, and another piece of attacking quality.
So Abu Al Shamat, a Saudi international, they signed him from Al Khalij last summer. This is quite normal for him to come on. He's appeared in most of their games and usually off the bench. But Gonçalves looks like a really good signing, the Brazilian. Busy time of the season as well, lots of games coming up, so there'll be an element of managing all these players, perhaps even more than usual.
Window open as well. Interesting to see what squads are altered, players are brought in and out. Time for the managers, they've had half a season now to look at what they've got.
Well, if they were to win this match, it would take Al Ahly to within 3 points of the top three. It would stay in 4th place, but Al Town still have to play tomorrow. Abdullah Al Amri sending it back in. Al Khaibari now with Inigo Martinez. This is Coman. Bit of space in midfield for Abdullah Al Khaibari. Angelo, who's really established himself in the starting 11 this season. A reminder that Al Ahly missing some of their big-name players. It's just Mane really on AFCON duty for Al Nassr as Ronaldo sends it into the crowd. But Al Ahly missing Mahrez, Kessie and Mendy, as well as the suspended Ibanez today.
The moment, uncharacteristically from Cristiano Ronaldo, you can see he's getting frustrated. Frustrated because they've had a real lack of service this evening. You can only score goals if you're given the ball in the right type of areas. Both him and João Felix have been kept very quiet this evening.
Mohamed Suleiman seems fine. It's Hossawi just picking himself up off the ground.
And George Jesus making the point to the referee. Hitting his watch and his left hand very hard. He knows what's going on.
He's going to get booked here, Al Sanbi, if he's not careful. Yeah, he has been booked.
It's an early booking for the goalkeeper for trying to run the clock down. Take a brave referee to send a goalkeeper off for 2 yellows. I've never seen it. It's an early yellow card for the goalkeeper.
Demiral takes it, and Hossawi is down on the deck again. Foul by Faras Al-Brakan. Hossawi is going to stop the game by remaining on the floor, much to the annoyance of Al Nassr's players, and looks like Matthias Jeiser is going to be forced into making another change shortly. It's looking to, well, it certainly would disrupt the rhythm of the game as we head towards the last 10 minutes. Well, they're enjoying 2026 so far in the crowd. But this change is going to come now. The home team bringing on Mohamed Abdelrahman, who started the other day against Al Fayha. Has played in almost all of the matches, Mohamed Abdelrahman. And he will replace Zakaria Hossawi for what remains of the match. And Martinez will get the game started for Al Nassr. 10 minutes plus added time. There'll be a reasonable chunk of that, won't there?
We just had 2 or 3 minutes there that's going to get bolted on.
Good play by Kingsley Coman. Across comes Demiral, and actually there was no way, you could tell there was no way that Ayman Yahya was going to win the ball.
He celebrates that challenge like he celebrated his goals, and he defends so passionately.
Yeah, but you, as a goalie, I mean, you'd love having defenders like that in front of you, wouldn't you?
With Demiral and Ibanez, I'd still be playing now.
Now Afal Bouchal, tidy touch on the attack here. What's the delivery like? Not bad! The delivery better than the finish from Brozovic. Would have been a spectacular goal.
It was a well-worked goal, got to the byline, cut back. I think it's probably just a little bit too much pace on the ball from Al Bouchal. Fired in very hard at Brozovic, had no opportunity other than to take it first time.
Bouchal with the throw for Al Nassr. Here's Brozovic. Still time for the league leaders to engineer a turnaround in this match. They've got the quality on the pitch to do it. Here's Coman, faced by Al Barakan, who's backing up Madrashi. Yahya, Coman, header away by Demiral. Just get the feeling, Demiral, you're going to have to come up with something good to get past him in the final few minutes of this game. In towards Ronaldo, headed away by Suleiman, collected by Al Bouchal. So all hands on deck really here for Al Ahly at this moment in time. Angelo being harassed by Abdulrahman. Al-Khaibari, João Felix! Plenty of Al Nassr fans inside the stadium thought that had snuck in.
It looked like it did at first glance, unfortunately for João Felix.
2 balls on the pitch.
Unlike on Tuesday, the deflection didn't come off Ronaldo's back this time and go into the back of the net. It was deflected out for a corner.
Jorge Jesus has given up worrying about standing anywhere near his technical area at the moment.
I think it's the 4th official that's given up trying to get him in it. He's never in it.
Brozovic with the delivery, Ronaldo getting up well, João Felix, little deflection coming off Galeno from point-blank range, and he just thumps it. Important header there by Al Bouchal. Angelo is on the near side. Decent looking ball, but wide off the head of Ronaldo. It's been a frustrating match for him so far.
Yeah, difficult opportunity for him. That cross was in behind him. This is the header from João Felix onto the shoulder of Galeno. It was never a penalty. And even if it hit his hand from that distance, I don't think it would have been given as a penalty. They've struggled to create tonight, Al Nassr. When you look at the sources where their goals have come from, this is a deflection. Good interception in the end from Atangana, wide of the left-hand post, but actually when you look at what Al Nassr have created, it's a shot from distance and a header from a corner.
Ivan Toney's ball forward. Oh, and the first touch from Salih Abu Al-Shamat, not good enough.
Oh, it's a poor touch from Abu Al-Shamat. That's an opportunity, it really is. If that's the other way around and that's Ivan Toney, I think we've got another goal.
Here's João Felix. The miscontrol. And referee's going to play advantage here. Atangana sending it forward. Abu Al-Shamat. Good goalkeeping, Al-Akidi.
Gets himself out of a mess, Al-Akidi. He's read the through ball and he's gone. It was never his ball to go for, but he's stuck with his decision. He's actually done well in the end.
Oh, it's worked loose off Al Bouchal. It's really opened up here now. It's Galeno for Al Ahly, and still Galeno. No foul. Al Bouchal away. 3
wasted opportunities for Al Ahly in short space of time. They could have put this game to bed.
And Kingsley Coman has just breezed away from Valentin Atangana, but ultimately lost the ball. Both teams giving the ball away rather cheaply. Al Barakan a bit too keen there. Thumped away by Abu Al-Shamat. We've got another change coming here. So Al Nassr taking off Angelo for what remains of the match and replacing him with Abdulrahman Garib. Garib, who his career has rather sort of stalled, hasn't it, for the last 18 months or so at least. But Garib coming on. Suleiman under pressure from Ronaldo. Garib, first touch, having come off the bench. They're claiming a handball. Referee was in a great spot to see. Ivan Toney, challenged by Al Amri. You can vote for your man of the match by scanning the QR code. Ivan Toney gets himself a free kick, this time a free kick which he felt he should have had about 20 seconds ago. Same two players involved.
Yeah, that one was definitely a free kick. Frustration there from Al Amri, the Al Nassr central defender. You feel this is a big 3.5 minutes plus a good chunk of added time already in the season for Al Nassr. Drop points at Al Ettifaq away on Tuesday night. More drop points in their first defeat of the season. You wonder what reaction that will bring and what that will get. If they can dig something out now and get a draw, it's a draw that will feel like a win. Feel like a big moment in the season.
Yeah, and for the first time this season, the door potentially left ajar for Al Hilal to come marching through and to claim top spot. It's been Al Nassr all the way since the start of the season, but we're not done yet in this match. 3 minutes of regulation time, plus one imagines a reasonable chunk of added time. One back by Al Brekan, who deserves a lot of credit actually for the way that he's played today. He's put a big shift in, defensively as well as in his more regular role as a forward player. This is Garib. Into Martinez. 2 more minutes plus added time. Al Nassr staring down the barrel of defeat for the first time in the league all season. Can they pull it out of the bag and get something from the game? This is Garib. Interception by Salih Abu Al-Shamat. Ayman Yahya can't find a way through. Atangana away. Al-Khaibari staying down. Ball played in. It's Ivan Toney. Remember, he's on a hat-trick. It's still Toney, challenged by Martinez, just outside the box. Quite a tough physical duel between Toney and Abdullah Al Amri in the last 5 minutes in particular. Yellow card. For who? I think Martinez. He was the player who challenged Toney.
Yeah, well, this is just running the clock down for Al Ahly. This is playing right into their hands. And the style of play there again, you can see Ivan Toney on the counter-attack. It's the wrong side of the Al Nassr defenders. Wins a free kick that, one, is in a dangerous position, but two, will run down the clock. The longer that Al Nassr complain, the longer this free kick takes to take, is all beneficial for the home side in green. And it's a real opportunity. Maybe too close to get it up and down. It might be pace and power. There's a lot of suitors around the ball there having a discussion. I suspect it'll be Ivan Toney that wins the day.
So we've got about 10 seconds remaining of the regulation 90, and we're expecting that we might have as many as 8 minutes. There we are. There's confirmation, I think, of 8 minutes. We're going to have a late change here. Ali Al Hassan is going to come on. For Al Nassr. So we're into our minimum of 8 additional minutes. Quite a lot of planning going into this free kick here. Well, Al Ahly have got Al Nassr right where they want them, i.e. deep inside their own half of the field and very much on the back foot. Galeno's got real quality from set plays. Ivan Toney wants his hat-trick. Ivan Toney's going to take it, and the deflection carries it wide of the post.
The defensive wall did its job, stayed solid, stayed firm, and actually it was Al-Khaibari on the end of the wall. Turns his back on the ball, gets a look at it, deflects out for a corner and not into the bottom left-hand corner of Al-Akidi's goal. Played well tonight, Ivan Toney.
Galeno with the corner. And at the moment, Al Nassr just can't get out up towards the other end of the field. Galeno sends it in, the header away by Martinez. Atangana is there.
Look how quickly Al Nassr are pushing out. Those yellow jerseys getting high up the field, on the halfway line already.
And Al Sambi just wallops it straight out of play. Referee's been waiting to allow a change. There's Ali Al Hassan. Eid Al Muwallad is going to come on as well for the home side. Abdullah Al Amri makes way for Ali Al Hassan. And Eid Al Muwallad waits for the opportunity to come on as well, which will come now for Ziad Al Juhani.
An offensive change from Al Nassr. This is the last roll of the dice for George Jesus. Al Amri, the central defender, dual goal scorer. You could see his frustrations, though, giving away a lot of free kicks. Shape change, Al-Khaibari will drop in, he will sit as the deepest player. It's all out attack now for Al Nassr.
Al Muwallad's a defensive midfield player looking to try to add more steel into their midfield area. Kingsley Coman. We're into the last 5 minutes of additional time. Martinez, too much on it. Well, his side have really been playing catch-up for most of the day, haven't they?
I don't think they've created enough when they've got forward into that final third. The quality of Ronaldo and João Felix, they've not had the service. We talk about the amount of goals they score, but they can only score the goals if they're given the ball in the right area. Their play from back to front tonight hasn't been good enough for Al Nassr.
On it goes off Abdul Rahman, collected by Abu Al-Shamat, who's looking for Tony and almost found him as well. Some feisty challenges in the middle third. Now Afal Bouchal comes across and it just flares up a little bit between him and Mohamed Abdul Rahman. Al-Akidi tries to calm it down. Everyone's got plenty to say.
Don't know why João Felix feels the need to get involved, and heavily involved as well. Well, we know that VAR will be watching this. João Felix has travelled half the length of the pitch to get involved, and it's still going.
Madrashi there having a little go at Brozovic. Tempers flaring in added time.
He could be in trouble here, João Felix. He put his head in, he put his head down with force. Felt the need to travel a long way to come and get involved in that situation.
Referee just waiting to see if there's anything he needs to listen to from the video assistant referee.
He's still going. He's going to talk himself into the book if he hasn't already.
I think we're going to have a couple of yellow cards here. We've had a few today in this match.
All this is perfect for Al Ahly, playing perfectly into the home team's hand. Break up the play.
Ali Madrash. Well, João Felix gets a yellow and it's a second one, so it's a red card. João Felix is sent off. Ali Madrashi comes across and
you saw it from a long way off. João Felix, the referee's indicating that he punched out. He was grabbed, but there was no need for João Felix to go and get involved.
I think Madrashi's going as well here.
Oh, he has. He slapped João Felix there. You can see that. João Felix, the referee, indicated that he punched, but I think the referee may have that wrong because it's Madrashi that's got sent off. Did Felix get a second yellow in all of that?
That's what it looked like to me. But Ali Madrashi gets the red card.
And rightly so. You can't swing out an opponent like that. pick the bones out of that VAR. The VAR official looks like he's done a sterling job. João Felix looks like he's staying on the pitch, though.
Well, it was...
maybe a yellow for him,
yeah,
and a straight red for Madrashi. He's lucky. He's very lucky, because he didn't need to come and get involved.
The referee showed the yellow and then the red immediately afterwards, but then showed... Yeah.
Rightly so.
Madrashi is sent off. The referee's made the right call.
Yeah, he's got no case to argue whatsoever. It was a blatant red card. I mean, you can't do that anywhere in the world, never mind a football pitch. Straight red card, absolutely correct. But João Felix is a lucky boy. Did not need to travel and get involved.
So Ali Madrashi sent off. Al Ahli down to 10 for the little that remains of the game. We will go clearly beyond our 8 minutes of additional time. It did look for a moment as if the red had been shown straight to João Felix, but Felix is out there, and Madrashi quite correctly was sent off for the action that he took. This is Kingsley Coman, just breaks away from him, and Al Ahli are inching towards victory in this match now.
How much late drama do we see in this fantastic league that we see week in and week out? Don't rule out a late goal.
Here comes Martinez now. Remember, Al Nassr haven't lost all season yet in the league. Al Khaibari was trying to find Brozovic. Galeno there for Al Ahli. Oh, and it's fallen here for Abu Al Shamat and Nawaf Al Bouchal. The flag has gone up on the far side anyway for offside, but Nawaf Al Bouchal certainly fouled the attacking player.
He's got his cards out again, the referee.
Has his cards out. There is clearly a red card in his hand. Mehdi Demiral, it's his goal, remember, that separates these two sides.
This is going to be brilliant. We're going to be here all night at this rate. What an end to a game. Referee's waiting to take instruction from the VAR officials. I'm surprised he can hear anything with the amount of players that are in his ear. He stood there holding a red card in his hand, just waiting for confirmation. The assistant on the far side did put his flag up for an offside decision.
Now Al Bouchal gets a red card. It's 10 against 10, and it's all happening here, way beyond the 90-minute mark still.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I said in the first half, this game is the gift that keeps on giving. We've not seen a game like this, it's incredible. Al Bouchal there, he is the last man. And he takes down Garib. Abu Al Shamat, he was in on goal, wasn't he?
He certainly was.
And that's the decision the referee's given. Abu Al Shamat was through, wrong side of Al Bouchal.
So 2 quick red cards in added time.
He had no option, the referee. Once he'd given the foul, the assistant on the far side, I think, was talking to the referee, and he made it clear that he flagged for the foul rather than the offside, which clearly it wasn't.
I think Al Bouchal will have probably known what was coming there. Is there going to be more late drama? Galeno will fancy this from this kind of range. And it's a decent save by Al-Akidi. And Ayman with the chance to clear. And he finds Abdulrahman Garib. Chased by Al-Muwalad. Al Nassr's ball, referee says not from there. Here's the free kick again from Galeno.
It's a free shot. You see the lack of players that Al Ahly actually committed forward.
And on we go. We've been playing 100 minutes now. Brozovic. Not much time left for Al Nassr to preserve their unbeaten record in the league this season. Suleiman with the header. Up towards Ivan Toney. Atangana sends it forward, and Al Ahly not quite over the line yet in this game, and still we play on. And João Felix has it. Not for long. swiftly challenged and relieved of possession. Galeno will chase. One back by Brozovic, collected by Abdullah Al-Khaibari. Is this the last attack of the game? Surely we're into the last additional minute now, and that wasn't the pass that was required. And Matthias Geisler and his team are almost over the line.
The referee's just signalled 1 minute. The Al Ahly players are asking him how long. He ran back towards the throw-in then. He had one finger in the air, and presumably he's saying 1 minute to the players.
You can sense his anxiety down there in the technical area, Geisler.
He knows what a big result it is. This is a big result that doesn't just affect these two, but this affects the top of the league hugely.
And it opens the door for Al Hilal this weekend as well. Shank off the boot of Mohamed Suleiman. Demiral can't keep it in. Al Nassr with a late opportunity to throw it right into the heart of the penalty area. Late booking for Demiral there for time wasting. Well, it's now or never today for Al Nassr. In from Brozovic, away off the head of Demiral. That's it. It's a famous victory for Al Ahly, who get the better of Al Nassr, who lose for the first time this season in the league. Their unbeaten run didn't get past 11 games. It's a massive result for Al Ahly, who raced into a 2-goal lead thanks to 2 goals from Ivan Toney in the opening 20 minutes. 2 goals from Al Amri before the break levelled it up, and then Merit Demiral with a header fairly early in the second half proved to be decisive. Tempers flared between the 2 sets of players in added time at the end of the game. 2 red cards, 1 each. Ali Madrashi for Al Ahly, Nawaf Al Bouchal for Al Nassr. Al Nassr lead Al Hilal by 2 points at the top of the table. Al Hilal play on Sunday. We could have new leaders of the Roshn Saudi League by the time this round of matches is done. What a game in Jeddah. We had a little bit of everything, but the celebration belongs to those in green tonight. The final score, Al Ahly 3, Al Nassr 2.